So as we start, let us look at the purpose of BGSM. Like, why do we have these meetings every week? As Mr. Kannan put it rightly, it is basically for all of us to learn something new, and also to challenge us to see how can we grow at a pace of 10x. Continuously keep desiring and dreaming to grow bigger. So that's what we try to discuss in these meetings and help each other to grow our businesses. And our businesses go through 5 different stages. I have borrowed this from Dave Ramsey's, Entree Leadership and his program. So there are 5 different stages, and BGSM especially comes in the second stage, Pathfinder, where we are trying to find ways and means to, grow our business. What method, what strategy can we adopt? How should I take care of certain challenges in my businesses? So that is what we try to discuss in these. And the next stages, I think there needs to be a very focused learning and focused approach, industry specific approach that will be required for the next phases. A little background about how did this particular thing start. In 2019, along with a couple of my friends, when I went on a trek, I was able to ask them very specific questions and get answers, both of them from IT industry, and I was also from IT industry. So I was able to get very good answers, for a couple of hours that we were together, and that's how it took shape. And for the last 5 years, we've been meeting and we've been able to answer questions. And it has helped each one of us to find answer to very specific questions that we have about how to run business and how to grow business. Okay, and there is a portal called BA Community, where there are more than 100 members there. So we will be reviving this also. It's a community that we have created so that all the businesses who would like to grow their business can be part of it and share ideas, share referrals, share connections, and keep growing. We also have a tool called bgsm.rezola.com, where we can track our goals, track what we want to do, and ensure that we are continuously growing in our businesses. Okay, so today's topic is going to cover team once again. So this is, we have covered 3 topics on team, and these are the number of topics that we've covered for on different occasions. So today we are coming back to team, how to handle team. And I'm just noticing that most of our topics have revolved around teams. We will be having a topic on projects most probably in the coming week, how to ensure that our projects that we do become successful no matter what. So we have a speaker, Dr. Sunil, who will be sharing, most probably in the coming week, we will have that. And also we'll have other aspects also in the future. We have a WhatsApp group where you can post messages, you can share referrals, you can ask for referrals, you can post about your business. And if you're not part of the WhatsApp group where you can post, please message me. I will add you into that particular WhatsApp group. Okay, so today's topic is how to create second line leaders. So the format will be, I will be sharing for a few minutes, and then the floor will be open for everybody to share. You can also share your ideas. And then towards the end, we'll have closing remarks. So that will be the format. Okay, so now how to create second line leaders. So what is the benefit of having second line leaders? So before we get into discussing about second line leaders, let me first say what is second line leaders. Second line leaders are those individuals in the organization, our team members or employees, as we might want to call them, who can take strategic decisions in the company, who can take decisions that help the organization to grow, who are like an extension for us and who can help us to focus on the growth of the organization. So what is the benefit of having second line leaders? Delegation of strategic tasks. Most of the time when the company is just started and growing, we delegate only the tactical tasks of the business. We will not be able to delegate the strategic tasks of the business. Whereas if we have second line leaders, we can delegate even the strategic tasks, ability to grow bigger. If the organization has to increase from a size of 10 or 20 to a size of 50 or 100, the only way to do that is by having second line leaders who can take care of major decisions in the organizations, even in your absence. So ability to serve more customers, more revenue and profit. So these are the benefits, obviously, by having second line leaders. So how can we achieve it? First thing is create a long-term plan for second line leaders. So why that is important is because it is not a short-term thing that we can create a second line leader. It is just for by recruiting somebody and training them for 1 or 2 months. There is no way we may end up having a successful second line leader. It can take up to 2 to 3 years, and there might be a need for a gradual training of the second line leaders and create a training curriculum also. Like, so we should be very clear and committed that this entire process is going to take time. It is not something that, we'll be able to complete in few days, a few weeks, a few months. It can even take few years. And ideally, it should take around 2 to 3 years of time so that we also find out the real nature of these team members and whether they really have the um, ability to be able to meet up with the challenging time that happens in businesses, because every business goes through challenging times. And if it's an employee who is only taking care of tactical tasks, they may really not have the the ability or the willingness to take up challenging tasks, the challenging decisions, or even the difficult situations. They'll find it very difficult to take it up. Whereas if it is somebody who's been in the company for 2 to 3 years and who have seen the ups and downs of the company, they can take up difficult tasks in the right manner. So it's very important that we plan this entire activity of getting second line leaders over a period of time. So, we should be prepared for it. We should not feel demotivated that, oh my God, should I spend 2 to 3 years time in creating a second line leader? The answer is yes. It's very, very critical. Have a monthly exclusive learning meeting. So what happens is, most of the time as small business owners, we do not have a learning meeting with the team. So if you have identified somebody who can become a second line leader, schedule a particular meeting and fix that agenda. Like, let's say a Monday or a Friday or a Wednesday, fix a particular time for half an hour or for 1 hour, and have these small set of leaders with you and have a learning session with them. Share more on why we do what we do, because many times the team members or employees, they do not know really why the business owner does certain things. What is the reason they take certain decisions, and what is the reason they do not do certain things and do certain things. The only way you can make them understand is by having an exclusive session where you explain to them. And you can also have a big book review session with the team. Books like Traction, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, Scaling Up. There are many books which can really help these leaders to learn in how to become a bigger leader, taking care of much bigger decisions in the organization. Slowly involve them into strategic decisions, the ones who are committed and dedicated. You can also start to slowly involving them into some strategic decisions that you would be taking, but you're delegating it to them so that they can start taking those decisions. So you can start doing that slowly. Hand over key decisions to those who have completed the training. So, of course, after you hand over the key decisions, you'll have to monitor it, you'll have to observe, guide them, allow them to make mistakes. It's very, very crucial that if you really want to have great leaders in the company, second line leaders in the company, it's extremely crucial that you allow them to make mistakes, because as business owners, all of us have made mistakes as we have come to the place where we are. And the only way we have reached the place where we are is through the mistakes that we have made, and through all the hard work that we have done and the overcoming of the mistakes that has happened. The only way our leaders inside the organization are going to grow and will be able to handle bigger tasks and decisions is by making mistakes and learning from those mistakes. So teach them from mistakes. So whenever they make a mistake, use it as a learning opportunity, and explain to them, have a session with them, find out what did they learn from this mistake, and find out how can they avoid this mistake. So it is going to be a little challenging. It is not that, as soon as you decide on somebody to become a second line leader and take over a bigger responsibility in the company, it is not going to be a smooth ride. There are going to be a lot of bumps along the way. A lot of mistakes will be done, but we'll have to be patient to ensure that they learn from those mistakes, and they should never repeat the same mistake again. That's what is most important. Share profits with them. Okay, now I'm going to get into a little, an area where many of us are not comfortable. sharing profits with our team members, especially with our second line team members. Show the entire financials with them. I mean, not with everybody in the team, you need to do that. At least with the senior people who have been with you for a few years, maybe 5 years, maybe 6 years, or maybe more than that. Start being transparent with them. Show them what is happening. Show them the profitability. How does profit? How do we make profits? How can we increase the profits? Share portion of profits transparently. You can design a small program where you can say that, okay, 5% of the profits will be divided among everyone, or 20% of the profits will be divided among everyone. They need not be stakeholders, but because they have been in the company for so long, and because you value them, value the service they have put into the company, and because you want them to be the second line leaders. Why? So that the organization can continue to be growing and become bigger and bigger. One of the ways of rewarding them, and one of the ways of showing that they actually deserve, or they actually um, you respect their service, you respect whatever they have contributed, is by sharing the profit with them. And that can bring in a lot of buy-in, that can bring in a sense of ownership among them, and they will really be extremely committed to the organization if this decision is taken. Okay. Now, the next one is even more difficult decision by many of the business owners. That is, give them a stake in the company. Now, not many of us would have the courage to do this. I struggled a lot with this decision, but finally I myself took this decision. So after they have put in good number of years in the organization, and they have really uh, brought in a lot of growth to the organization, commitment to the organization, took care of the customers, took care of the team members. They are abiding by the policies and principles of the company, by the values of the company. You can take this decision of giving them a stake in the company. Now, this is not a new idea. This is a very well established idea among the corporates. Okay, large organizations do this very often, but small companies like what we run, this particular decision can be extremely audacious, and it can be an extremely challenging decision to take, to give a stake in the company. So appreciate their effort by giving them a stake in the company. Stock options and shares is what very large corporates do. So how can we as small business owners also achieve in doing this, is something that we will have to figure out in doing. So these are the ways in which I can think of creating second line leaders who can lead the organization exactly the way that the business owner would do, and help the organization to continue to keep growing. So now for the second part of the meeting, where we'll have contributions from all of you. So, but before you tell your contribution, please tell your name, your company name, location, and category of your business, so that it will be a networking. Each one of us can understand who we are, and it will help us to connect with each other and help us to grow our businesses much better. So you can unmute and you can tell what do you think are the different ways of creating second line leaders or nurturing second line leaders in organizations. Please go ahead.
Hello everyone, this is Gayatri. My name is Gayatri. So I own a company called Aga Software Solutions. So we develop automation softwares, websites, mobile apps, web apps, everything. So it's a nice topic. Sorry, I was unable to join all these days because I was busy personally as well. So
You can watch the
I
videos,
think
by the
that,
way.
sorry.
You can even watch the videos. All these are recorded and you can watch the videos.
Yeah, I will do that. Yeah, thank you. So, well, what I think is like by trusting them, right? And by rewarding them, yeah, share is there, but by rewarding them, and reward by not just money, by recognition as well. And probably in the website of our company, we can just put something like star performer or something like that as a recognition. And also trusting them in the sense like I mean, like we all tend to get that thing right only if we do, like we will be satisfied. So by giving them that ownership and giving a space for them to play as well will give them more confidence, and they will feel that okay, I am being considered and I am being noticed by the company and all those stuff. That's what I think.
Absolutely, yeah. Recognition and appreciation. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Gayatri, for sharing. And anyone else would like to share any ideas? So all of us can learn, even I can have some takeaways. Any other ideas on how we can create second line leaders? Hello, Radhakrishna
Am I
sir.
audible?
Uh,
Am I audible?
yeah, it's improving. Yes, if you can come a little more closer to the mic, yeah, it'll be better.
Better now?
Yes, please.
I think, drawing from my experience, we
Yeah.
should involve the identified person in the important meetings that we attend. And basically, in the company where I work, there used to be a policy that person has to be in a position for at least 5 years. You mentioned this, 2 to 3 years is a time. So I
Minimum.
think that is a time which is a fair time before he's considered for promotion, so that he gets to know, they say, 360-degree view of the company,
Organization.
the position, and the responsibility, and all that goes with that.
Yeah.
And which also gives the time for the people at the higher level to assess the person.
Yeah.
So we involve them in all the important strategic meetings. We have uh, a meeting of all these second line people first Saturday of every month. So when the results of the previous months is announced. So against the budget, we have the discussion until what went wrong, what went right, and what is it that was there any customer issue? Is what are the views, and encourage them to present for the respective units or branches, as we call it. So what happened was, initially these people are very shy of even talking and interacting. So when we started doing all this, they became very confident over a period of time. Then I could see that these people could take on, when I was not able to attend a meeting, they could go and attend the meeting, and they
Amazing.
could take decisions.
What was the size of your company, sir? The company where you were
Um,
working?
Actually, I was looking after region. We
Okay.
had overall about 300 people, 300 to 400 people. The company
Okay.
size was about 1,000 overall.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So these people who used to attend these important meetings were chosen from a big number, or anyone could have come?
So these are all people who are identified for a higher role.
Higher
They
role.
were recruited and they were trained initially. They went to the induction program, and
Okay.
then they were given a higher responsibility of handling specific areas. They were called area managers or branch managers. And then we
Great.
used to have annual, performance appraisal sessions, and then a promotion exercises, where an independent panel, we used to have independent people in a panel to assess these people, and then we decide whether that the individual was good enough to be considered
Promoted.
for the higher level.
Independent panel is from outside the company or inside the company?
It used to comprise of the HR manager
Okay.
and an expert from outside,
Oh, very good. Okay.
and the concerned regional head or the boss. So they used to be sitting there. The boss not used to. He was more there as an observer, because he was not
Mm.
encouraged to talk to the candidate. It would be more the independent person sitting on the panel who would be interacting more.
Amazing. These are things that, small companies like us, we don't even hear, where we have an external expert coming in and, assessing and all.
Yeah, that what happens is, so you have that the confidence. The candidate also has a confidence that that's not being there's no partiality involved. Otherwise, what happens is there is always a suspicion that the guy says somebody is overruled, and because of
Right.
boss
Mm.
likes him, or so those kind of things come up. So
Very
there's a transparency here. There are documentations done, and post that there is a feedback session which happens. You say this is what it is. You did good this year, but these are all the areas where you need to improve.
Mm.
And we also had a sort of mid-year review kind of thing, where
Mm.
we could have the discretion of saying, okay, this guy was lacking in this area during the last assessment. In the 6 months after that, if we have shown some improvement,
Mm.
let's see and consider if he can be pushed up the level.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for sharing. Anyone else would like to add anything? Anything you would like to just tell what you know about this topic? Anyone would like to add? Okay, so next is You can even ask questions about any other business topic also. It need not be on this particular second line leader topic. It can be any other business topic which you want to get an answer. So if not me, somebody else from the members can answer it. So any question you have, you can unmute and ask anything about business. You know, something that you're struggling. It could be sales, it could be marketing, it could be team, it could be customers, anything at all. Any question you have.
I think one point I missed to mention was,
Yeah.
the company we used to have that concept of a block leave, where every staff had to take a certain number of days, 15 days or so off in a year.
Okay.
So that was the time when the second line was given the responsibility of handling the higher
Amazing.
the boss's thing. So that was a very
Amazing.
good opportunity for hands-on experience to see that how he's handling if
Yeah.
there is any crisis, handling the routine as well as whatever crops up during that.
Oh, that's really nice. I think with that in place, I think many of the business owners can go on long leave, something that many people dread, because especially small business owners, they dread being away for 10 days and 15 days and all that because they're scared what will happen to the business. But this is a very good point. Thank
Yeah.
you, sir, for sharing.
Today we can always be in touch.
Yeah,
If there at all is any crisis, unlike earlier
absolutely.
days,
Correct.
so
Yeah,
we can always call back.
correct. Thank you very much, sir, for sharing. Anyone else has any questions, any other topic also? Some challenge that you're facing in business, something that's going wrong and you feel you're not able to fix it fast, something that is nagging you on a daily basis, some firefighting happening on a daily basis, and you're wondering if there is any way of even solving such a thing, anything at all. Do you have any questions, any of you?
Interesting coincidence. Today evening, there
Oh,
was a session by a CII on,
yeah.
they're forming a community
Hmm.
to. So today's this curtain raiser kind of a discussion is happening on digital transformation. So
Okay.
there's a lot of inputs that one could have.
That was an
I'll
online
once I
or
get more
in-person
details.
meeting?
Once you get a more details, I'll share with you.
Sure.
Because
That was
they are
an
encouraging.
in-person or an online meeting?
Today's was an online meeting where
Okay.
different industry experts they were there on the call. It was sort of a curtain raiser for
Okay.
a community they are trying to build up the region wise to
Okay.
encourage to render all help, especially to the MSMEs and their digital transformation process.
Oh, amazing, sir. You're
So they're
part of
encouraging.
CAI?
I was there as a special invitee.
Oh, very good. Okay. Okay.
So I will share the details for the benefit of this group.
Yeah,
So
sure.
they're encouraging people to join that community so that they'll be benefited from all that is the help that is available.
I think that will
The
be a good
collective
opportunity.
wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for sharing. So I think we'll move on now since we have just few more minutes left. So please invite your friends for upcoming meetings. We can increase this and help each other out, increase the networking. And I would also encourage each of you to put about your business at least once or twice in a week, if not daily. If you want to put it daily, also amazing. Please do in the group and we can refer each other. We can help each other to grow. So please do that. And that's the only way we can help each other growing. Okay. Especially in the size of businesses that we are, when we post more, we are able to help each other growing. So if you would like to share any topic with all of us, please do let me know. You can take up one of the sessions, the upcoming sessions. So please let me know about that. And there are other support systems also. If you're interested, you can let me know. These are the recommended books that I would say if you're a small business and if you would like to go, these are books that I would strongly recommend that you definitely pick up. And if you would like to know how large organizations have survived for many years, like decades together, and how are they doing, these are three good books where you can really get in, look into how big organizations have done and made a difference in this world. And the question that I would, like to leave you all with is, do you want second line leaders? Because many of us think that having second line leaders is difficult. It might not be possible. We may not be able to do it correctly. They may end up making mistakes, but that's the only way to grow. As Radhakrishnan sir was saying, the place where he was working took, the organization took very specific steps to ensure that there were more leaders being nurtured, second line leaders being nurtured. So it's very crucial. So do you really want to have second line leaders? That's the question. And if you have any questions about your business, any area where you feel that you're not able to grow or you're struggling, please do put it in the group or share it with me. We can plan a session in the future. And it's not only I who will be sharing, so there'll be others also who will be putting in their ideas. So please do let me know. Thank you very much, and I hope this session was useful. Have a good night and a great week ahead. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.